About to take off like a rocket. Givenchy, I'm on it. LV and make sure we poppin'. I got a Batman and Robin. You call me drop it, I cop it. 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 Givenchy, I'm on it. I spend racks on my showroom. NFTs and they so cool. Yeah, I got a lot, man. Cryptos on the blockchain. We was on the block, man. Now we at the top, ayy. Stop, man. Fight ain't get you blocked, man. I get every drop, man. I be on that clock, yeah. You call me drop it, I cop it. The newest Givenchy, I got it. Collectibles all in my. About to take off like a rocket. Givenchy, I'm on it. LV and make sure we poppin'. I got a Batman and Robin. You call me drop it, I cop it. 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 Givenchy, I'm on it. You call me drop it, I cop it.
What's up, my homies and fellow NFT collectors? It's Friday night. That means it's VeVe debate night, and we have a very special debate for you. We got the man himself, Mr. VeVeViral, who you guys all know from the Twitter, YouTube. What's up, Mr. Viral? How are you doing today? Are you excited for the debate?
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Yeah, I appreciate it. I just got in, just landed, and I'm ready for this.
Yeah, he just got in, just landed off of a plane. We got some of our homies in the chat. They're excited about the debate. Unfortunately, it looks like we got several people here who are on your side of the debate, which is the Superman versus Flash statue. I'm representing the Batman versus Killer Croc statue. But before we start our debate, like we always do on VeVe Debate Night, I'm going to ask you the normal few questions that I ask all the debaters. I want to know, Mr. Viral, how long have you been in VeVe? When did you join? What's your most valuable NFT? And what can people expect if they follow you on Twitter? And I'm going to pull up your Twitter info and link it in the chat so people can follow you.
Appreciate it. Do I go ahead and get started?
Yeah,
Okay,
go ahead.
so I joined VeVe in February of last year, and I bought my first NFT the day after I started, which happens to also be my most expensive NFT. It was a low man 321 Todd. I wish I would have just kept buying them up, because at that point, when they were released on the drop, it was like in chronological order. It was 321, then 322, 323. But I didn't. I stopped there at that moment in time. So I joined last February, and my most expensive NFT is Todd Batman 321. And then your last question was, what could we expect on Twitter?
Yeah, because I know you're pretty popular on Twitter. A lot of times I'll get LinkedIn tweets, and I always see that you're linked as well.
Oh yeah, I think we get linked a lot just because of our names.
Yeah, that's
we
true.
We both start with VeVe. So thank you, algorithm. But you should expect to buy a new desk. I think that was Crypto Far West that said it's so bullish I could eat my desk.
Right.
Because I'm pretty much known as one of the moon boys in a way. I try to stay reasonable. I mean, I'll listen to any contrarian views of from my views. But I'm pretty optimistic, pretty bullish, within reason. I don't just think that everything that drops in VeVe is going to go up. Actually, I think a lot of stuff that drops is going to go down and sometimes remain low. But overall, I'm pretty bullish on the project as a whole, VeVe and only.
I got you.
You'll find a lot of VeVe tweets. I mostly tweet exclusively about VeVe. I've had people hit me up about different NFT projects, but I'm pretty hesitant to expand too much.
So you're pretty much just in VeVe then?
No, I do have other NFTs, but as far as crypto Web3 space, as they call it, mostly just in VeVe, because then I also like to do like stocks and real estate, so I don't want to expand myself too much. As far as crypto, I stick mostly to VeVe and Omi.
Gotcha.
I don't want to get burnt out.
And I got your Twitter pulled up here. This is your vault right here with all the Todd McFarlanes. How many Todds do you have?
20 right now.
20 Todd McFarlanes. I'm just trying to get to 1 right now. Man, that's awesome. That's a great collection. Let's go. And also, I'm going to post this in the chat. You are on YouTube for the first time ever just the other day with my man Will Goes Meta. If you guys aren't subscribed to Will Goes Meta, you can check out the video where VeVeViral is on there and giving a lot of his NFT tips. And it says here, price predictions. They call me Omi token price predictions. Do you do predictions on cryptocurrency like Omi?
Yeah, but don't listen to them. I'm just making numbers up like anyone else. I mean, I guess there's things you could consider, but
I hear you. All right, let me say what's up to all my homies in the chat. Thanks for coming to the VeVe debate night. What's up, Firefly Odyssey? Silvestri, Mr. Marquez is here. Alejandro got to get the bag. Roger E, O-Face, Parda, Mr. Dennis O'Connor, Cameron Crawford's here. Dennis Rodman himself, see me back. Shane Chaikin says, I'm not a FA Batman. Oh, it's not a FA Batman, so I guess he's going to be on your side too. It seems like everybody's on your side. We're going to get into this, y'all. What's up, Rubtoy? What's up, Luis Perez? We're going to start off with opening arguments. And since Batman and Killer Croc was the first battle statue, I think that should mean that I go first. And my opening argument is all about firsts. I'm the one who's going first. Batman, the Batman Killer Croc battle statue is the first battle statue, and I think we're gonna have a lot of battle statues. I've looked up on Google what the DC Comics battle statues look like. There's a ton of them. And this is going to be the first. And we know in the world of NFTs that the first is important and valuable. You look at the Todd McFarlane Batman on the app, it's super important and valuable because it's the first. You look at CryptoPunks, they don't even look cool, but they're super valuable because they're the first on the blockchain. So I think being the first is going to be big. I think there's a couple other advantages it has, like how great it looks and the action that's taking place as well. So, I mean, I'll leave it at that for the opening argument. I don't want to burn you too early, Mr. Viral. But I'll let you go from there.
That's one other thing you can find on my Twitter. I'm just like a prophet of first. All I talk about is first. So I guess we'll just have to see what matters more. First of a series, and there will be many series, or first of a character that's loved and beloved by millions all around the world, possibly billions. I think there's probably kids all over the world, in the U.S. and Latin America and Asia and Europe, that as soon as they run fast, they just naturally associate the word fast with Flash.
Oh, so you think everybody knows who Flash is? Okay, I didn't really know who Flash was too much, maybe a little bit as a kid. I'm not going to say Killer Croc was super popular, but you might be right. I'll have to find out in the chat. I see somebody here is from France. In the chat, is Flash a very popular character? Is that somebody that everybody knows? Or is there anybody in the chat who's never heard of Flash? What's up, Donyon? What's up, Mr. VeVe Arcade? What's up, Alex and LaSamat? We are having our VeVe debate night. It's me and VeVeViral. We're arguing the battle of the battle statues. I'm representing Batman and Killer Croc. And we're going to start off with our first subtopic. We're going to break this battle statue battle down. And we're going to start off with Batman versus Superman. So, of course, you got the two FAs. You got Killer Croc, and the other FA is the Flash on your side. But then you got the Batman versus the Superman, which I'm sure most people would agree are the two more popular characters. I'll let you start on this subtopic, Mr. Viral. What do you think on when it just comes down to Batman versus Superman? Is Superman beating Batman in that contest?
Yeah, I think just about anyone with internet knows who both Batman and Superman are. But I think as of the past 2 decades or so, Batman movies have significantly outperformed Superman. And since internet and meme culture began, I think like superheroes, there's no one comes close to Batman and Spider-Man. I think they're just everywhere, all over the place, whether it's kid content, adult content, memes, just funny YouTube videos. I think no one is more popular than Spider-Man, but after that, I would probably put Batman. So yes, Batman is more popular than Superman, in my opinion.
Let's go. I'm winning already. I agree. Although, if you look up the details on it, there's one stat that I looked up from community.cbr where it says Batman has been more popular for the last 30-something years. But then another website here, Quora.com, which a lot of people use to get their information, says Batman has periods when he's more popular than Superman, such as in the 60s, but there are times where only comic book fans seem to be aware of him at all. Superman, on the other hand, is a perennial favorite. And I feel like worldwide, I almost want to say that Superman would be more popular worldwide than Batman. Batman's going to be super popular in America, especially with all the movies. But Superman, everybody in the world knows who Superman. So this is kind of weird. I'm Batman and Killer Croc, but I'm going to argue
we're going the
Superman.
opposite.
Go ahead.
I mean, I think Superman is probably more known, like just like the McDonald's logo, this is a little too, or like the Jesus cross. Like they're known, but that doesn't mean everyone that knows it's necessarily like a hardcore fan. Like there's probably a lot of people that know who Superman is, but I think Batman just has more fanatic fans, more people willing to like get a tattoo or things of that nature, or pay big money, which I know I'm going against my argument again.
No, you're 100% right though, because I had a friend that I worked with. Her and her boyfriend that she ended up marrying both were like huge Batman fanatics. Wore Batman shirts every day, Batman mugs, Batman stickers on their cars. So that's true. You don't see a lot of Superman fanatics the way you do see the Batman fanatics. But there's also another two characters that we have to talk about. Let's break it down to the FAs here. We got the Killer Croc FA and the Flash FA on these two battle statues. And of course, a lot of people are saying that Flash is a lot more popular than Killer Croc. And I'll start off this time on this argument, and I'll give you the old hero argument. We got a lot of hero collectors out there who will tell you that the first appearance of Flash on the blockchain is on the hero platform. Now, I personally don't think it's going to matter too much because I think VeVe is going to be a lot positioned a lot higher in Web3 than hero will be. However, it doesn't really matter what I think. It matters what a bulk majority of people, I wouldn't even say a majority, but just takes a lot of people to believe that Flash FA is not the first appearance of the Flash on the blockchain. And in that case, then we only have one FA here, and it's Killer Croc. What do you say to that?
Yes, it is a fact that Killer Croc. Well, did Killer Croc never come out on HR before or anywhere? No, probably not.
I don't think so.
But yeah, in that case, it is a fact that Killer Croc is indeed first on blockchain, and Flash is not first on blockchain on VeVe. So that's definitely a plus and something that I myself consider when investing or collecting NFTs or anything period. Well, no, this applies only NFTs. But I do believe, like you said, that VeVe would just be a massive household name, and that once you can just search by FA, like on the market, which I'm sure will come up soon now that we all have web access, that once you can like sort by FA, and people want to complete their top 10 favorite heroes, or top 5 or top 20, when they look up Flash and they look up FA, that will be the one that the millions of users will see, assuming VeVe does become a household name. There will most certainly be blockchain maximalists that will only care about the actual first. People that will even consider the name being on the comic release being the first just because it's on the blockchain, the metadata. But I mean, we have like Wonder Woman, for example, and just looking at the price, compare Flash to Wonder Woman. And I love Wonder Woman. I have more Wonder Womans than Flash. I'm just saying, look at the price of Wonder Woman, look at the price of the Flash. I think they should at least be similar because they have a similar situation where they're very popular characters and they're FA on VeVe, but not FA on the blockchain.
Right, and I'm wondering if that's going to matter enough, if that's really going to matter a lot. Somebody asked to do a poll. We're going to do a poll at the end. I'm going to try to sway your guys' vote because right now it seems like a lot of people are thinking Superman versus Flash is going to be the one that's worth the most in a couple of years, which I think is what will make the vote be which one's worth the most long term. We just talked about Batman versus Superman, and then we talked about the FA's Killer Croc versus Flash. But which one of those arguments is more important when it comes to deciding the long-term value of this statue? Is it going to matter more about whether Batman is more valuable than Superman, or is it going to matter that the FA is more valuable, the Killer Croc FA is more valuable than the Flash FA? What do you think about it, Mr. Viral?
I don't think the Batman and Superman factors will play that huge of a role because, well, I mean, even if they do, I mean, I think Superman wins on this end because that's got to be like at least the 10th Batman on the blockchain. VeVe itself already had like 8 or 12 others, and then there's HRO ones. And then Superman, this was, I don't know, we count HRO, I have no idea how many there are. But if you count just on VeVe, this would be the second Superman NFT, whereas it would be like the 13th Batman NFT, if I'm not mistaken.
There's a lot,
so,
I lost count.
Yeah, there's a lot. Harley Quinn, Batman, and Spider-Man have a lot of NFTs on VeVe.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one's going to be more important. Sometimes I feel like people overvalue FA's first appearances. I think utility is going to be super important to the value of these NFTs, especially in the metaverse. And if you're given a utility to say Batman NFTs, why would you give that utility only to the first appearance Batman and not all the Batman NFTs? So I feel like whenever it comes to Batman versus Superman or Killer Croc versus Flash, the FAs are probably not going to be as important in the future as we are valuing them right now. So it's going to come down to Batman versus Superman. And those are pretty even. Those guys are both super popular. But like you said, there's a lot more of collectors for Batman. So that might pump up the value. That might make the Batman and Killer Croc statue more valuable in the long run. Yeah,
there probably will be hardcore of collectors for both Batman and Superman that will just collect every single one of their appearances on VeVe or in general.
Yeah, I was gonna add if FAs don't matter, if I'm right that FAs don't matter as much, but then you got Batman and Killer Croc versus Superman and Flash. Superman and Flash are two really well-known characters. Batman and Killer Croc is just one well-known character. So maybe Superman and Flash would have the edge, even if FAs didn't matter.
Yeah, I think the biggest edge Croc and Batman have, like you said, is first of a series. So it just depends on how big VeVe chooses to make Battle Statue as a series.
Yep, absolutely. I hope they do add a lot. There's a couple of Batman Joker ones that
Well,
look
it
really
becomes
cool.
a little fighting little series, which that's hardcore speculation. That would be really cool. I would hope they do that.
Now let's go into that a little bit because somebody mentioned that right before we started in my Discord server. What if they add storylines to the battle statues or just make them animated? Do you think that's going to add more value since you have a race here, that classic race between Flash and Superman? Or is it going to be cooler to have Batman and Killer Croc actually fighting and duking it out?
At that point, I think Superman versus Racing Flash would be a little bit more iconic.
Yeah, everybody knows that race, definitely. All right, so the next subtopic I have picked out here for today's debate is aesthetics. And I'll let you start on this one. Which one do you think looks better overall?
I read on Twitter that almost everyone thinks the Croc looks cooler. That he looks, definitely, if I had to use the right word, it's more badass. But just because I personally am a fan, and I'm a fan of all of these guys, but I am a fan of the Flash as well, and I'm huge on First. Since this happens to be the first Flash, I'm biased because I just get that like attachment feeling. Just like if it was Goku, no matter what kind of a FA it was, I would automatically be like, that one. I like that one. I like how it looks. I do think Batman vs. Croc is more badass. I think it depends on your interest and your taste. Just like someone would like Vegeta more because he's more badass, and some people like Goku more because it's a little bit more lighthearted. I just think this just depends on your personality and interest.
Yeah, when it comes to aesthetics, I guess it really always comes down to the eye of the beholder. I know some people mention, though, that the lightning bolts in Flash's feet are kind of animated, and even the smoke is a little bit animated in the Superman versus Flash battle statue. But I got to give the edge of aesthetics to, of course, Batman versus Killer Croc. It's got so much going on, and it's so very detailed. I'm a big fan of that one. It's not worth very much because of all the botters, but, man, it looks great.
They both look great. I mean, DC hasn't missed yet on VeVe.
No, DC makes really great NFTs on VeVe, absolutely. All right, so the next subtopic is going to be movies and TV. So when it comes to the characters Batman and Killer Croc versus Superman and Flash in the future, who are going to gain the most value through appearances on movies and TV? And I'll go first. I know that there's a Flash TV series. I don't know if you've seen it or know anything about it. I heard it was popular, but I really don't know anything about it. I know that Batman movies are definitely much more popular than Superman movies, and I think we're going to have a lot more Batman movies in the future. I mean, Superman movies were cool, and they made Superman more popular back when I was a kid, and they had Christopher Reeve, but ever since then, it seems like most of the Superman movies have kind of been flops. I don't know. What do you think about it?
Yeah. DC doesn't miss on VeVe, but they definitely miss on the big screen. Except for Batman. I think Batman has been their most successful. Or Joker. Joker had some good films as well.
Definitely.
Which is part of like the Batman, what do you call it? Like reality reverse, multiverse. But yeah, I think as far as movie and TV and film exposure, Croc can only go up because right now most people don't know who he is unless you're like a hardcore DC or Batman fan. Whereas Flash has potential to go down. However, my research consists only of my Uber ride back from the airport. But I was Googling stuff, and apparently they're going to come out with a new long-awaited Flash film next summer.
Oh, really?
Which, by the way, it was supposed to originally be released in 2018 and then in 2022. So for anyone panicking about VeVe delays, they happen. They're part of reality. But yeah, that one was supposed to come out in 2018. Now it's been postponed to 2023. But I was reading that apparently they're trying to make it like a multiverse kind of DC film where a bunch of old Superman and Batman and Flash characters from older movies and maybe even from TV shows kind of make appearances in this one film that kind of brings it all together. That's what I gathered from like a minute or two of reading on stuff online. Could be false. Don't take my word for it. But I am sure that there is a Flash film coming soon, whenever that may be.
Yeah, I could definitely see DC Comics doing that after seeing Marvel being successful by doing the same thing. And I think that'd be awesome to watch. That'd be very cool. Somebody asked about if Killer Croc had ever been in a movie. And yeah, he was definitely in one of those Suicide Squad movies. I can't remember exactly which one, but he was in one of those movies. I don't know if we'll ever see him. I mean, maybe someday see him in another movie, but it's more likely you're going to see Superman and Flash in upcoming movies. You'll see Batman in upcoming movies, but you might not see Killer Croc so much.
Oh, and for the TV show, I did watch it. I watched a few seasons. It was really good until this is not really a spoiler. I hope it's not a spoiler. But I watched a few seasons. I don't remember how many, and then I kind of just stopped, mostly because I got really busy at work. But also, it was pretty repetitive. Like the first few seasons, it's badass, but then it just kind of becomes the same plot again and again and again after X amount of seasons.
Yeah, that happens with a lot of TV shows. It seems like one of my favorite TV shows was Heroes, and it had that same problem. After the first 2 or 3 seasons, it started getting old, even though it was awesome at first.
Yeah, I mostly like that beginning phase where like your heroes like where there's a normal person and it's like, what are these powers? Or,
Exactly,
like, what is
yeah.
going
And then after a while, you already know
transition.
you don't have nothing else to look forward to.
Yeah.
All right, so I got one more subtopic here. This is a good one. I'll let you go first on this one. All right, so let's say there was a fight, and it was Batman and Killer Croc, and he had a fight against Superman and Flash. Who wins that fight? Tag team matchup.
I think Superman and Flash.
Man,
I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the DC universe, but I don't think is there anyone that could beat Superman?
Oh, I don't think so. And I know Batman don't even have any superpowers, so I
Yeah.
have no chance here at all on this one. I had to give you this one.
I don't know that would play much of a role though.
Yeah, that would be
price action.
that would be a butt kicking most likely. I don't know what Flash is going to do though. Just running around isn't very offensive.
That's what surprised me about the series and why I liked it. Because the first few seasons,
Yeah.
there's a lot of powers he has through his speed. Like I didn't know he could just straight up run up buildings like at a 90-degree angle, or that he could be like so fast that he could stab basically, or he could walk through walls, or like create like little wind tunnels, and there was just a bunch of little cool things I didn't think of that he could do with his speed.
I was wondering how he attacked people. Okay. Ruben Shuttleworth here has a comment about this argument. He says, I don't know why I said Battleman because it's a battle statue. Batman is the top 3 superhero. Flash is not. Batman is also the FA battle statue. Flash is not. This isn't a debate, in my opinion. Killer Croc Batman absolutely solos. It's crazy that some people are on my side like 100%, but there's a lot of people that are on your side 100% because they feel like Superman and Flash are just way more iconic than Batman and Killer Croc as a duo there. So I can see how this debate can go either way. I'm going to go ahead and start the poll now to see which one you guys think is going to be more valuable in the future between these 2 battle statues. And as we do the voting, we'll give it a few minutes to find out which one you guys think is going to be more valuable in the future. We're going to go through our usual, or really not our usual, I just make up some lightning round questions to find out some more about VeVeViral. Before we get into the questions, though, tell us a little bit about your collecting strategy or maybe even your flipping strategy. What's your strategy on VeVe?
First, my flipping strategy is to buy something with the intent of flipping it, and then I just end up holding it, and so I put new money into the app. And then my collecting strategy in general, I am very hardcore. I just stick to FAs. Not that that's the only way to make money on VeVe. I mean, I'll buy stuff on drop if I believe it'll go up. But as far as my long-term hodls, I am almost exclusively, I want to say like 98, 99% of my collectibles are just FAs. Mostly of characters that I like or characters that I feel are cheap when compared to a character of similar caliber. So I just do it based on comparables. Like, should Superman be this much compared to the first Batman? Should the first Wonder Woman be this much compared to the first Flash? And that's just what I base it off, comparables of FAs.
So are all of those collectibles, or do you also collect FAs in the comics?
Comics as well.
Okay.
For comics, I mean, they tend to be comics of first appearances. The ones that are a little bit pricier, the ones that fall in this category. I mostly stick to comics that are worth like 50K plus in real life, though I do have some exceptions. Like, I really like Star Wars, even though it's cheap. But I just think it's cool to think like the first Star Wars comic, despite it being so cheap in real life, because I know that there's more factors to it because like scarcity. In real life, something could have a ton and ton of additions, whereas on VeVe you could have just a little bit of additions. And I just had to factor in whether, if with time, what if there's 100 comics that have a little bit of additions? Will this one stand out if that happens? And sometimes the answer is yes, sometimes the answer is no, in my opinion, because I truly don't know.
Right, so you're looking for grails that feature first appearances to have important characters, right?
Correct.
Gotcha. All right. So one of my favorite lightning round questions that I always ask the debaters what is, if any, is your favorite NFT on the VeVe app that you don't yet own?
That I don't yet own, probably Secret Rare Spider-Man. Because I just think it's such a perfect, like, aside from the fact that there's multiple posters, it's such a perfect collectible. And I do have other some Spideys of the other variants, but if we're talking about, I mean, I guess some people could get technical with the Holotron and stuff, but the first Marvel NFT happens to be its biggest character, and then it's super scars. And then I know many people like to throw in it's animated. I personally don't value animation too much because I feel like in the future, if VeVe goes where we want it to go, wouldn't everything just be fully like gamified and extreme to the point where our current animations wouldn't necessarily be that impressive a year or two from now? So I'll stick to like, is the metadata of this piece important because the actual asset itself could change or seem not too advanced compared to what might come a year or two from now. I mean, if you're gonna flip, it doesn't matter what's gonna come to you from now. What was the question?
Excuse me. I was asking about what the NFT, if there's any on the app that you don't own yet. And you said
Secret Rare Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Scars, something I love, something I know is probably the most popular character in the world right now, Spider-Man.
I agree exactly how you described it as the perfect NFT because it's low edition size and it's the first Marvel drop and it's the first Spider-Man and it's the rarest one out of all of them. So yeah, I agree with that. That's one I don't own either. I wish I did. I wish I would have grabbed it whenever it first came out because they were probably selling for like 1,000 gems or something back then.
Yeah, I have the receipts on Facebook. I was gonna buy it from someone, and I offered them 1,400 in crypto, and they were gonna. This is way back then when it first came out, and they wanted 1,600 for it, and because they got it on the drop and they just wanted to sell it, and I was like, oh, sorry, that's all I can do. Thinking, oh, he's gonna keep going down, he's gonna come back. Like, yes, I'll do it. Nope, he just said okay, and then it just went up and up and up and up, and I didn't buy my Secret Rare Spider-Man for 1,400.
Man, that hurts, especially seeing how much it's worth now. But hey, it's coming back down now. You never know. What's up, O-Face? He said, I can't do comparisons like that because before March this year, bots are baked in. I feel like bots are baked into the Batman and Killer Croc statue for sure. And on the Superman and Flash statue, it just dropped at a time where the market was really low. So it never ever got a pump. It just always stayed low. So, I mean, even right now, the battle statue, the Batman and Killer Croc one is worth about 100, and the Superman Flash one is worth around 60. We're looking at the polling right here, and it looks like Superman versus Flash is winning by 64% to 38%. That's even more than it won in the Twitter poll. So apparently you convince people even more that Superman versus Flash is a better battle statue.
I want to push people more towards the right direction. I'm just kidding. But
good job.
But another thing to mention is that, yeah, like you said, the Croc, it already experienced super high prices because VeVe as a whole is experiencing super high prices. So psychologically, you're just a lot less likely to sell it for 120 when you bought it for 800. Whereas Flash, I mean, most people are pretty even right now, regardless of when they bought it. They probably bought it somewhere between 50 or 90 gems. So it hasn't faced any major dip thus far.
That's 1,000% correct. I paid $999 for my Batman and Killer Croc statue. Hey, calm down. I almost bought two. I paid $999 for mine, so it was too hard to sell. I couldn't sell it for 100 gems after I paid $999 for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes perfect sense. Absolutely. All right, well, I got one more lightning round question for you. What do you want to see dropped on the app? What IP or what NFT license have you not seen yet on the app that you're most excited about?
There is nothing I want more than an F8 Goku one pose. Please, if you're watching this, please one pose F8 Goku. That would be my ideal collectible.
Right on.
And I would hold, like, I would probably buy several, depending on the price. I would try to buy several, and I would definitely hold at least one, maybe two, three, four, because to just hold forever. Which is why I'm so bullish on VeVe, because I'm not gonna hold certain stocks forever just because I don't have pride in that. I just want more money than I put in. Whereas with collectibles, like if you're attached to a character, you might just really want to hold one forever.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. I mean, I wish I could be there with you, but I really don't know anything about anime. My kid will be excited when Goku gets on there, but I think I'm too old for it or something. Man, when they drop Scooby Doo, that's some stuff I remember from my childhood days. All right, let me read some chats real quick. What's up, Hammy?
haven't they done it? Sorry, I'm gonna Google it real quick. I think they might have. No, I'm not be wrong.
Scooby Doo's probably going to be on Recur or something. I wouldn't be surprised. All right, we got Wealthy Junkie says the next secret rare to blow up like Spider-Man is going to be the X-Men Storm. Really, don't forget about her. A lot of people are quiet about her for a reason. I can see her blowing up whenever they drop more X-Men on the app, more X-Men first appearances. People will want to, own all of them, the whole gang. Let's see. Go ahead. Sorry.
She is first of X-Men,
Yeah.
unless people are considering the comics, but.
No, and characters. I'm sure some people will only collect characters, and that'll be considered the first X-Men, absolutely. Racing Dream says, man, the NFT phase is over with. Haven't you noticed? I don't know. We're doing all right over here on VeVe. We're going through MTL right now, so people are hyped. We're going to have a lot of new investors coming into the app, I believe, over the next month. Sean Chaikin says this is absolutely no debate. As far as long-term value, this is FA Flash we're talking about versus the 20th Batman, more like the 13th. Calm down, bro. I love this as entertainment. Appreciate you, Sean. Pippin Hustle says a lot of collectibles are off the app for good because the bots are holding a lot of collectibles. If you do the math and count collection, it's way lower than possible without taking off the market. I haven't done the math on it, but I know as a Batman and Killer Croc battle statue holder that every time that price goes up, a bunch of people with no profile picture and private accounts list undercut at the floor. So I see that happen a lot. What's up, Ali? What's up, Wealthy? What's up, Alex? S4N. All right, guys. This is the end of the debate. It looks like Superman versus Flash heavily beat Batman versus Killer Croc 69% to 30%. First battle statue. I don't know how it happened.
You kind of cut off other.
Or my back, yes. Something popped up on my screen too. I hope we're good. I hope you guys can hear me. We're just wrapping up though. I appreciate you, VeVeViral, so much for being on the channel. I know you're a big guy on Twitter. Make sure you guys are following VeVeViral on Twitter. Very easy to find. He's got a red O in his name. And man, appreciate you so much. Great job on the debate. You won easily, and you did a great job explaining your side of the argument.
It didn't win yet. I won't. We have to let the money talk. The poll is meaningless. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate your time, man. I'm glad to see the poll going in the right direction.
We'll find out in about 2 years. We're going to come back here in 2 years. I'm going to get you on here, and we're going to see which one's worth more in 2 years. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for attending the debate, and I will see you guys at the next VeVe Drop Day live stream. Later, homies.
Peace.